Hello, I'm Joel and welcome to Keep Your Enemies Close, the show where best friends get to take part in some pretty amazing challenges. Although, not all the challenges will be alongside each other. Oh no, they'll be ruthlessly mixed up and forced to play alongside their enemies. Could you turn your enemy into a frenemy? Let's meet the 4 pairs of best friends who are willing to do just that and put their friendship on the line. They're all in the mixer. First up are George and Josh from Wrexham, and Simon from Berkshire and Kevin from Middlesex. Next is Bethany and Christiane from Camberley. And last, but by no means least, is Sophie and Lois from London. We've seen them, now it's time to hear from them.
Hi, I'm George, I'm 11 and I'm from Wrexham.
Hi, I'm Josh, I'm 11 and I also come from Wrexham.
When we've been thinking about making a band, the name's classified. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Way yeah, way yeah, way yeah, way yeah. Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Thank you. Place the money, lock it up, break the pickle, tickle, tickle.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm from Berkshire and this is my best friend called Kevin and he comes from Uxbridge.
Hi, this is my best friend Simon and he loves to play football. We both love Man United.
At the weekend we like to go biking together or hang out.
We also go to Uxbridge and go to some other places as well, such as Warwick Castle and London.
Hi, this is Christy and she's 12 and she's from Camberley.
Hi, this is Beth, she's 12 and she's from Camberley as well.
I think our relationship's like a hula hoop.
Because it never ends. We always have like farting competition and stuff like that. I think the best trumper is Bethany because she always does it the loudest.
I think the best trumper is you because you always have the smelliest one. Best friends!
I'm Sophie and I'm 12 years old.
And I'm Lois and I'm 12 years old as well and I live in Kingston.
Lois's worst habit is biting her fingernails. I've tried really hard to stop her, but she can't. If I really wanted to irritate Lois, I'd probably put a spider near her. I know she gets really annoyed by her 3 brothers, but who doesn't?
Sophie's worst habit is fish. That's the last thing she would eat. She hates spiders. She's got a pet rabbit called Fudgy and she likes horse riding.
What a great bunch of best friends, but they better not get too comfortable, as very soon they're going to be wrenched apart by the mixer. But more of that later. It's now time to put these best pals through the first and possibly last challenge they'll face together. Here, they'll not only gain a psychological advantage, but also they'll gain a unique reward. This, the Hand of Friendship. And this could come in very, very useful if any of the best friends make it to the final. As we play this. Tube Strike. He'll be able to see just how well you best friends work together as you've got to navigate across some tricky terrain. So what you're going to do, you're going to roll from one corner to the other. Then you're going to flip your tube up and strike your team-coloured target. Only once that's hit the floor can you then come back into the middle and hit the one and only winning balloon. A big bang here will mean a big victory. Remember, the Hand of Friendship is at stake. I bid you good luck, best friends. Keep your friends close.
No quarter given, it's bump time. Silver's Simon and Kevin scampering away from the piler. Oh, push, that's a push. Pink, Sophie and Lois are finding some breathing space. Oh, there I've got to get that pink. That was a near miss. And now they've got it down. They've got the target down. And Silver's too. Now it's a case of who wants it the most. Purple's Beth and Christiane need this. Too late.
Right, Kevin and Simon. That That was brilliant. It was so close. Let's just have a look at a replay and how you won it.
After a truly bumpy start, Silver's expertly flipped to victory.
Right, come on, get here. Well done. What was your tactic? Did you have a tactic?
Go around the edge.
Go around the edge. It's a good start. You have won the Hand of Friendship. You'll find out what this does at the end. This is a show with a difference, because very soon, all these best friends will be playing against each other. Because Keep Your Enemies Close is a game show with a twist.
Before each challenge, the mixer will mix up the best friends to create new pairs of frenemies, two people who don't know each other. The frenemies will have to put any differences aside and work together in order to win. After each challenge, the losing pair will be eliminated and sent back to the mixer and lockdown. So, 4 pairs become 3, then 3 become 2 until only 1 pair remain. The winning pair of frenemies split and release their best friends from lockdown. Reunited, they will face the final to win. Keep your enemies close.
So, if one best friend gets eliminated, the other best friend has to keep on winning and winning and winning in order to win their best friend back in the final. But to get that far, they're going to have to work pretty closely with some enemies. I think you get the gist, so let's crank it up!
The mischievous mixer spins, but which pairings will it create?
The first pair of frenemies out the mixer is George and Christy. Second pair are Bethany and Sophie. And Kevin and Lois. And that can only leave Josh and Simon. So the mixer has created some frenemies. Right, we've got George and Christiane here. Now, George loves his metal, bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden, whereas Christiane, she likes her pop stuff, JLS and Lady Gaga. So, if there was to be a bit of an argument or an altercation, George might get like, "Whoa, rah, 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 metal, yeah," and get like pumped up, whereas Christiane might start dancing as a form of defence. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. Right, we've got Bethany and Sophie. Now, Bethany thinks one of her best skills is football, whereas Sophie thinks one of her worst skills is football. Uh-oh, we have a bit of opposites here. Okay, then we've got Lois and Kevin. Now, Kevin, if he could be any animal, he'd be king of the jungle, the lion. Whereas Lois would be a sweet, domestic little cat. Big cat versus little cat versus big cat. How will that play out? Ooh. And finally, we have Simon and Josh. Now, Josh reckons he's quite the rugby player, whereas Simon thinks he's better at athletics, so he likes more the individual sports. Well, this should be quite interesting. Someone who maybe likes the limelight, likes to do things by himself, whereas Josh likes to be amongst a team. Will they argue? I don't know. Ooh. But remember, one pair of frenemies will be eliminated as we play this.
Pump action.
Right, frenemies, this is pump action. What you have to do here is work together to pump as fast as you can using these pumps here. Both these tubes are connected to one tube which will supply air to these inflatable hands. Once enough air is in the hands, they then explode. So you have to get the airlock off and apply it to the next inflatable hand until all 4 have exploded. But beware, because the last big black hand takes a little bit more effort, so don't use all your pumping energy too fast. And the last pair of frenemies who do this will be eliminated. So remember to keep your enemies close.
A quick changeover is just as important as quick pumping. This is all very even. These guys are speeding. Kevin and Lois pumped the black hand already. The others aren't far behind.
They're all on the black.
Look at the size of them, they're huge. Pop, look at that, Kevin and Lois. Bang! bang! There's Bethany and Sophie.
Keep going, you're going to burst it for dignity reasons alone. There we go. You guys back to the mixer. Christian and George, it was so close. So close. Let's just have another look, though.
I haven't seen a hand that big for a while.
Oh! Right, George, Christian, it is the blame game. Do you blame each other?
No. Well, I blame Christiane because she slipped up there, but apart from that, that's it.
Hello? Uh-oh, do you have anything to say in response? You're fair, OK. You're going to store the blame. Store it inside and you can take that away and sell it somewhere, I don't know. But you were so close, you did get eliminated. Do you think your best friends can win you back, though?
Hopefully. Fingers crossed, Josh can go all the way to the final and bring me back.
Are you confident as well, Christiane?
Yeah.
Well, guys, you did really well. But for now, you're eliminated and you're headed to lockdown. Right, George, it's lights out and lockdown. Christiane, it was so close. But for the moment, it's lights out and lockdown. Only 6 players remain. Another group of frenemies will be eliminated. But what's the time? Oh, yeah, it's crank o'clock.
The mixer spins again.
The first pair of frenemies out the mixer is Kevin and Sophie. The second pair is Bethany and Simon. Finally, it's Lois and Josh. The mixer's created some new frenemies. Let's see what we got here. We've got Sophie and Kevin. Now, Kevin thinks that girls think they're too smart. But Sophie, however, thinks boys turn against you. Uh-oh! OK, now we've got Simon and Bethany. Now, Bethany is scared of clowns. So she should be. Clowns are quite frightening. Whereas Simon is scared of ghosts, the supernatural versus the really scary clown. Could these two be just too scared to win? I don't know. And finally, we've got Josh and Lois. Now, if Lois could have any superpower, she'd like super strength. But Josh like the power to teleport. Will he be teleporting to victory or teleporting to lockdown? We'll find out soon, as another pair of frenemies will be eliminated as we play this.
In the pipeline.
Here, frenemies, what you've got to do, you've got to get a ball bearing like this through these pipes using a magnet. Although it's not as easy as it looks. Teamwork and talking is vital, because a pair of frenemies who complete this last will be eliminated. OK, keep your enemies close.
The ball is a slippery shape to manoeuvre, even though the magnets are really strong.
Do it exactly. Nice and slowly, but straight.
Oh, look at that little slip from Lois.
Don't just dash it across.
Simon and Bethany are doing really well. Look at Bethany. Oh! Kevin's got a very steady arm and a good technique. But Joshua and Lois are struggling a slight bit there. Looks like the ball's stuck on Bethany's magnet. Amazing technique. Bethany's almost finished, and Kevin and Sophie are not far behind.
But Lois and Josh are still struggling, them tricky verticals.
It's a finish for Simon and Bethany.
Kevin is in the zone. Concentration. And look at Josh, he's focused.
And Kevin and Sophie are also through. But come round, let's just see where it went wrong for you.
Josh and Lois just weren't on the same wavelength. Frustration ×2.
Josh and Lois, you were really struggling at the bottom there. Do you blame each other?
We
Wow.
both like done it.
Yeah,
Wrongly.
we could have
Controlled it more.
Yeah.
Slow and steady, you were panicking, and in the end, it didn't pay off. Now, you are eliminated. How does that feel?
feels terrible.
You did really well. So George and Josh are both out, but for Lois, you've now got to rely on your best friend. Do you think she'll get you back in?
Yeah, she'll try her best.
But for the moment, you're both headed to lockdown. Right, Lois, for you, at the moment, it's lights out and lockdown. So, Josh, you were eliminated, which means you and George are out. How do you feel?
I feel terrible because I've let George down.
Don't worry, Josh, you haven't let me down. This doesn't affect our friendship in any way.
It's a bit of bromance, I love it. Well, for you both, you're out the game and you're eliminated. Wow, it's getting pretty tense in here as only 4 players remain. I think it's time to crank up the mixer.
Who will be paired with whom at the end of the spinning?
First pair of frenemies out the mixer is Bethany and Kevin. And they'll be facing Simon and Sophie. So let's see, our first pair of frenemies are Kevin and Bethany. Now, apparently, right, Kevin, who is guaranteed a place in the final regardless, rates himself only 5 out of 10 for problem solving. And Bethany only gives herself 6, which means that's a combined total of 11. Is that enough to get Bethany to the final? Now, Sophie and Simon. Simon, who's also definitely in the final, thinks burps are funny. Fact. Whereas Sophie thinks burps are disgusting. Could their difference of opinions on personal hygiene be a hindrance? It remains to be seen. But remember, the winning pair of frenemies will be in the final as we play this.
Spanner in the works.
2 pretty big spanners. 2 pretty big bolts with 1 massive outcome. As the winner of this will win back their best friend and get a place in the final. Now, the aim of the game is to get your nut off the bolt as quickly as possible. Now, the spanner, it can go 360 degrees, but the players, well, you can only go 180 degrees, as you've got to stay on your side of the white line. Now, Kevin and Simon, the pressure's off for you, but for Sophie and Bethany, you need to work double as hard and get your frenemy cranking. I bid you good luck, and remember to keep your enemies close.
That spanner is deceptively heavy and difficult to maneuver. Both pairs have found that all-important turning technique.
It's neck and neck. Simon's got a lot of concentration and they've got a good action. Oh, a drop there from Bethany and a drop from Simon. Bethany and Kevin have got some catching up to do. Christiane looks on helpless. She's willing Sophie on. Kevin and Bethany are catching up. This is going to go down to the wire. There's one twist in it. This is the hardest bit. It's neck and neck.
Simon and Sophie! Yes!
Oh! It was so close. Just give it, knock it off. You may as well just for the... Yes, just... There we go. Simon, you've won back your best friend Kevin, so come over here. And Sophie, you've won back your best friend. But Bethany, unfortunately for you, it's out the game. How do you feel?
I feel okay because I'm glad that I took part, but I'm a bit upset that I didn't win. But
You did so well to get this far, and it was nothing in it. It was literally inches. Congratulations. But for you guys, you've won back your best friends. Now it's all to play for. The best friends have all been reunited. Sophie and Lois, what's it like to be back together?
It feels really such a relief that I'm just back with my best friend.
Oh, that's nice, but can you go all the way and win this thing?
Yeah.
work as a team and we might get far.
Now, Kevin, Simon, you've been winning pretty much from the start. Let's have a look at your unforgettable tube strike winning moment. Now you want a hand of friendship, and that might come in useful. You might need it. You'll find out why as we play this.
The final.
On this grid are the words keep your enemies close final. There are 15 different letters in those words. A letter is then going to be lit up and a category will be given. You will then have to come up with 2 correct answers starting with that letter from that category. For example, if your letter was, say, C and your category was food and drink, your answers could be cauliflower and cheese. You'll have 5 seconds to give me 2 correct answers. This is the sound you'll hear when the time is up. So, if you give me 2 correct answers, your enemies will move along the track closer to those chutes filled with clag. That is chutes filled with disgusting, slimy clag. So you really want to lag behind the clag. But if you fail to give me 2 correct answers, then you yourself move closer to the clag. Now the aim is to get your enemy to that clag barrier right there, where the loser will be bathing in slimy, sticky clag, but the winner will be bathing in glory. Now Simon and Kevin, you won the hand of friendship. Now this can be used if you think you don't know the answer to a question, but you have to use it before the 5 seconds is up. You have to say hand of friendship. It can only be used once, so use it wisely. Now teams, are you ready? Let battle commence. Sophie and Lois, you will go first. Your letter is K. Category, animal or bird. Time starts now.
Kangaroo and koala.
Excellent. It's a really good start. Boys, you move closer to the clag. Okay. Boys, you ready for your letter? Your letter is R. Category, British town and cities. Your time starts now.
Redford.
Hand of friendship.
Hand of friendship has been used. They've used it early, just in time. You could have had Redruth or Ramsgate or Rugby, but you've used the hand of friendship, which means it's even Stevens. Very well played there. Girls, you move closer to the clag. But remember, the hand of friendship's now gone, so there's no more get-outs. Girls, you ready for your letter?
Yeah.
Your letter is M. The category, country. Your time starts now.
Madagascar and Mexico.
Very good. Right, boys, you move 1 step closer to the clag. The girls are very quick on the answers. Boys, you ready for your letter?
Yes.
Okay. Letter F. Category, food or drink. Your time starts now.
Fish.
And Fanta.
Correct. Well done. Just in the nick of time. Girls, it's even Stevens as you move closer to the clag. Right. Lois, Sophie, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, your letter is S. Category, band or pop star. Time starts now.
Sugar Babes and
Time's up. You were really struggling for a second band or pop star. You could have come up with Sasha or Shapeshifters. You were so close, but yet so far. So boys, you're just edging ahead now, but you have to get this right. You ready for your letter? Here we go. Your letter is O. Category, animal or bird. Time starts now.
L. Octopus.
Well done. You've got it just in the nick of time, girls. It's 1 step closer to the clag. You really need to get this right. Are you ready? Your letter is C. Category, British town and cities. Your time starts now.
Colombia and
Time's up. You said Colombia. That's not a British town or city. You could have had Cheltenham, Coventry, Cardiff, Chester. I'm sure everyone at home was probably screaming them down the TV. You're very close to the clag barrier. one more question right from the boys, and in fact, you're going straight through it. Boys, this is your chance. Are you ready? Your letter is A. Your category, band or pop star. Time starts now. Girls, you live to fight another day. You could have had Arctic Monkeys, Avril Lavigne, ABBA. The boys are feeling the pressure. The girls are hanging on by the skin of their teeth. You have to get this right in order to avoid that slimy clag. Are you ready? Your letter is R. Category, food or drink. Your time starts now.
Ribena and rum.
You live to fight another day. Boys, this is going to the wire. The girls are just hanging in this. You need to get this right now to send those girls through the clag. Your letter is I. Your category, country. Time starts now.
Iceland.
Island.
They're right, which means the girls go flying through the Clags barrier on a one-way ticket to Clagsville. Well, Kevin and Simon, there was a moment where I thought you lost it, but then suddenly the hand of friendship was used just at the right time. I think that won it for you. So, how do you feel?
Excellent.
You're about to send these girls through the Clag. Do you have anything you want to say to them?
Prepare to get wet.
For us, gun drink was not an option.
Send them through, boys! How was that?
Disgusting. Quite exciting, but also not very nice.
You were great competitors, you did really well, just not well enough. I'm getting out of this gunge area. Bish, bish! Bash, bash!
Bosh, bosh.
Those poor girls. What was your highlight then today?
Winning Cube Strike.
Winning Tube Strike, the first game, did really well. What about you, Simon? What was your highlight?
Getting the girls soaked.
Yeah, they were proper gunge day. You played a really good game. Did you think, after you won Tube Strike, that you were going to go all the way?
Yeah, definitely. We thought we were halfway there.
There was no point of winning the hand without actually using it in the final.
Look at that, you had it all planned out well. I think you're thoroughly deserving of this. It's a left and a right silver chain, and that makes a winning pair. So there's one for you, Kevin, a Keep Your Enemies Close chain, and one for you, Simon. And congratulations, it was richly deserved. So remember to keep your enemies close, but your friends even closer.
Whoa, a brand new skateboard!
For a silver tiara.
A pair of ski goggles.
For a pink tutu.
A racing bike.
For a one. I'm not sure about this, Basil.
Oh, you do look lovely.
Oh, quick, give me the wings.
Swap till you drop. Boom, boom!
Basil and Barney's Swap Shop, Saturdays at 9 on the CBBC channel.